and DIY edible colorful candies. Pearl lollipops. Put a saucepan on the stove. Pour in 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of water, and a 1/3 cup of corn syrup. Scoop it all out. Mix it up before it hardens. It should start to look very liquidy like this. Bring it to a boil. Make sure it reaches 300 degrees Celsius. Pour little dots of the liquid onto parchment paper. It doesn't matter if they aren't perfect circles. Now, put a stick at the bottom of each circle. Add sprinkles and edible pearls until your suckers are almost too cute to eat. Let it cool for 10 minutes. You can place them one by one in a candy jar, and voila! Pearl lollipops. Sweetheart lollipop. First, dump some flour on a shallow dish. Use a knife or straight edge to wipe away the excess flour. Press some heart-shaped imprints into the flour. Grab 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1/3 cup of corn syrup. Prepare these items just like you did in the last recipe. Add some red food coloring to the mixture. Stir, stir, stir. Now, pour the food coloring into the heart-shaped prints that you made. Place a lollipop stick at the bottom of the heart. Let it cool for 10 minutes. Be patient. Look how they came out. Don't they look delicious? Amazon parrot. Take little strips of aluminum foil and place them separately on a cookie tray. Preheat the oven and stick that tray in. You know what comes next. Grab 1½ cups of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of water, a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, and a 1/2 teaspoon of white vinegar. Prepare these items just like you did in the last recipe. Stir it all up. Now boil it until it reaches 300 degrees Celsius. Stir it again and add some lemon flavoring for good measure. Remember those strips of aluminum foil on the tray? Grab the tray and place parchment paper over them. Pour your mixture in between the foil strips. Add green food coloring to one and blue food coloring to the second one. Put on some gloves because it's about to get messy. Spread out the goop that you just made and put it in a preheated oven. Spread it out again and cut it into little bits. Repeat with the other colored strips as well. Don't they just look delectable? Blue glass. Here we go! Grab 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, a 1/3 cup of water, and 3/4 cups of corn syrup. Mix it all up and boil for 30 minutes. Add a teaspoon of that delicious lemon flavoring. Time for some blue food coloring. Stir it all up. Wow, that's really blue. Spray a tray with some canola oil to keep things from getting sticky. Pour in your blue goo. Tilt the tray to make sure the liquid gets all around. Let it cool for 2 hours. Grab a meat tenderizer and beat it all over. Now you have cute little shards of blue glass to eat. Berries and lemon gummies. Add 3 gelatin envelopes to 1 cup of water. Stir it up. It should start getting nice and thick. Stir in a 1/2 of an envelope of blueberry jello. Stir it all up good. Microwave the mixture for 1 minute. Got some cute ice trays? Make sure to pour the mixture in. Pour Pour the lemon jello goop into half of the trays. Let it cool for 30 minutes. Now, take your gummies out. Dip them in some granulated sugar to make them extra yummy. You know what? More sugar couldn't hurt. Strawberry Choco Bite. First, take a strawberry and cut off the top. Turn it upside down and stick a toothpick in the bottom. Repeat for all strawberries one by one until they are all done. Chocolate time! Microwave the chocolate until it's all completely melted. Swirl those berries around in all that chocolatey goodness. Then dip them in some shredded coconut. Yum! We are getting hungry just looking at it. Chocolate walnut apples. Did you know warm water removes wax from apples? Place each apple in your warm water. Swirl them around. Use a spoon to help you get them out. Don't want to burn yourself? Place the apples on a plate. Twist each apple around, holding the stem until the stem pops off. Dry them each individually. You don't want any wet apples. Put a stick on the top of each of the apples. Now you will need 1 cup of white chocolate, 2 tablespoons of milk, and 1 cup of dark chocolate chips. Microwave them until they are completely melted. Dip each apple in the chocolate of your choice. Make sure to swirl them around so they get good and chocolatey. Use a paintbrush to add a little corn syrup around the stick in each apple to make them sticky. Pour on all your crushed walnuts. Yum! Glossy lemon apples. Grab your warm water to remove the wax again. Stir the apples around in there. Use a spoon to scoop them all out. Twist the apples around, holding onto the stem to remove all of the stems. Spear the apples with a stick in the hole that the stem left. Now you will need 1½ cups of granulated sugar, a ½ cup of water, and 1 cup of corn syrup. Mix it all up and bring it to a boil. Keep stirring. Let it reach 300 degrees Celsius. Separate half of the mixture for the glitter coat. Pour in some red food coloring. Swirl the apples around in your mixture. Take the other half of the liquid and pour in purple sprinkles. Now blue and pink. Mix it all up until it becomes like one big rainbow. Swirl the rest of the apples in there. Might as well pour on some more sprinkles. Oh man, those look so good! Chocolate web. Melt some chocolate chips in a bain-marie. Mix it all up until it's nice and liquidy. Temper the chocolate for 5 seconds. Temper means cool in an ice bath. Here's the fun part. Draw some cool webs with the chocolate on parchment paper. Make sure to put a lollipop stick at the bottom of each shape. Let it cool for 10 minutes. Now you have some delicious spidery lollipops. Chocolate pecan caramel. For this recipe, you will need caramel cubes and 1/4 cup of milk. Pour the milk into a pan with the cubes and melt it all together. That looks delicious. Add in 1 cup of crushed pecans. Cook it on low heat for 10 minutes. Pour your concoction onto a tray with parchment paper. Add some chocolate chips. Don't forget the shredded coconut. Now just a sprinkle of sea salt. Let it cool for an hour. Break it up into delicious pieces and you can give it to people as a present. That's it for 10 DIY edible colorful candies. Which candy are you going to try first? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time.